My daughter got this fibre optic tree as a gift, so I've borrowed it with her permission, of course, to try and take some fun images with my smartphone and this macro lens. Now, as well as the macro lens, the clip-on attachment, I've got this roll of black paper. It's just wrapping paper, and that's going to create a neutral background that will let the colours of this light up fibre optic tree hopefully stand out in the image. So just plonk that right in the middle of the black card, and with my lens attached, let's see what we get straight off the bat. Oh, I love this already. I'm going to take some of these right now. So we've got this macro lens on, and what that does is create a very shallow depth of field so that only things that are a couple of centimetres away from the lens are going to be in focus. Now that means that everything else away from it is kind of thrown off focus, which is a really nice effect, and it enables to focus on the ends of these fibre optic cables, which is quite nice. However, we know that this lens is on, the phone does not, so it's still trying to hunt for focus, and we're losing a bit of control for that. So what I'm going to do is press and hold on the screen, and you see AEFE lock appears, auto exposure, autofocus lock. So now what I can do is move in and out, which is always a great tip when you're doing macro photography. Lock the focus and then let you be in charge of the focus by moving the phone in and out. And now what we can do is deliberately throw some of these, what were nicely sharp ends of the fibre optics, by moving in, we can throw them out of focus. And you see what happens? They suddenly turn into these much larger coloured dots. Now this is a lovely effect that photographers love. Bokeh, different people pronounce it different ways. And it's a really interesting, really desirable kind of look that we're getting. So let's just move around. This is a lovely abstract, almost like some kind of fairy kingdom effect. And you'd be hard pushed if you weren't here taking the photo to know what it is you're actually taking a photo of. So I'm really happy with that effect. And you can see how the black background, even though it's out of focus, is just helping these colours to lift. What I'm going to do now is just bunch them together to see if I can get more of these, more of the ends in the shot, and see what we get. So we get many more of them on the lens at the same time now. My hand is just in the bottom. If I had some black gloves today, I'd probably be wearing those, but because they're out of focus, I don't really mind. I mean, maybe I'll just try and see how I can. Here we go. So I still got the black background in. Let's try and get right inside there, not too far. There we go. So we've got loads of these ends. They are flashing away and changing colours, but I don't mind that so much. It means I've got a nice variety of these shots. Right. Lots of options there. Really excited to see how they came out. With this image, some of the fibre optics are in focus and some of them are out. But what's really exciting for me is that it's that one, the right in the middle, that's the most in focus. I can see what I know is my hand at the bottom there, but no one else would. That's fine, it's not a distraction. And also I think I've come off of the card, but that's not distracting either. It's just this variety of in and out of focus, the lights throughout the image, the fibre optics going in different directions that make this a really satisfying image for me. In this image, I'm approaching the tree from a slightly different angle, and the frame isn't completely filled. I've got this big negative space up here in the corner, but it's kind of nicely up in a quartile. That means it's not a distraction. Actually, I think it complements very nicely. The black card has turned into a kind of deep blue that goes very nicely, I think, with the green that the fibre optic cables happen to be on. There's a sense of flow, a sense of direction here that leads my eye over to this top right-hand corner. And there's a variety of in and out of focus again of these ends of the fibre optics. Really pleasing compositionally, but also from a kind of colour point of view too. I'm really happy with this image. so many different focal points, including the centre here. I was shooting pretty much from the top down right into the bottom of the tree. And this looks to me, again, if I just let my imagination work, this could be the sun or a star exploding and sending out all of these shafts of light. These out of focus ends of the fibre optics almost become detached from the optics themselves, and they're floating, they're coming out from this burst of heat in the middle. Really excited by that image. All of these images could be posted as a sequence on social media, or this one in particular I think would be great as a phone screen background.